All right, so today we're gonna perform the closed basket weave ankle tape job on an grade 2 inversion ankle sprain. And generally you'd want the ankle and lower leg and foot cleaned and shaved, but we don't have any gauze or pre-wrap, so my patient is just gonna tough it out. So do you mind holding it? He's gonna also film for me, so hopefully you can get some decent views. But so first I would normally put gauze under his ankle and his instep, and I would wrap, pre-wrap to hold those in place. And then I would put an anchor down, the first anchor at his styloid process of his fifth metatarsal, and start medially. And then the second anchor would be about 5 to 6 inches above his malleolus, right below the belly of the gastrocnemius. And then we will be putting stirrups on, or we'll actually be rotating stirrups and spurs. And the first stirrup will go from medial to lateral. We'll go underneath his foot. Can you move your foot up more? Is that?
That's it.
Okay. And you want to put tension on it, so because we're trying to restrict the range of motion. So the first stirrup, and then we'll be alternating with spurs. Which will go from anchor around the heel. And then we want to do 2 more sets of those. And when I place the tape, I want to cover at least half of the tape before it. I want to cover at least half of it. And then the next spur. And then the next stirrup. And stirrups really help restrict inversion range of motion. That's why these ones are very important. Since he has an inversion sprain, that's the range of motion that we want to make sure is the most restricted. And one more spur. And then after that, we want to do heel locks. So we would begin up here. We'd go underneath the heel, or the back towards the Achilles. Come underneath the heel and come up almost like, so like these are still pretty much parallel. And then I'm gonna do it on the other side, the opposite side. We go behind the Achilles. Come back up and end here so that we see crisscrosses up here. We also get a crisscross right underneath here and at the heel. So 4 different crisscrosses, and that really helps with restricting plantar flexion and inversion range of motions. And in our textbook, they don't say do figure 8s, but they do help restrict plantar flexion, so I'm just gonna attempt to do one. And so that way we'd go back and end here. That was our first half of the figure 8. And then end here. And then I will, at the end of the figure 8, I'll continue wraps up the leg to close it off and to give more circular support. And how many of these will depend on the length of the person's leg. Close it off. And then we'll do the same here and finish it off. We'll go lateral to medial for the last one. And that is the closed basket weave tape job. And again, it's to help prevent the extreme ranges of motion of inversion and plantar flexion. And I'm gonna make sure he still has blood flow to his toes after if his toe turns red again after about like 3 seconds, then he still has blood coming back. So that is all.